Welcome to the Good and New podcast,
where the sponsors are fake and the hosts are buzzed.
and we say fuck your feelings. Enjoy the show.
Do I need to move it? Probably.
You can move it down a little bit.
How does that feel?
How does that feel, baby? Good New Podcast, episode 45.
45?
45. Who was the 45th president?
Trump.
Nice.
Donald J.
Donald J. Have a guest again. Just knocking it out of the park with all the guests. If you're watching, you might be able to see him. If not, a better introduction per some listeners. Another childhood friend. Peter, what would you say you're an expert of?
Nothing. No.
So, a wide variety of knowledge.
Yeah. What's the jack of all trades? What's that? How's that go?
Yep, jack of all trades, master of none. But as we said, it's better to be that than
Master of one.
master of one.
There he is.
So yeah, Peter's with us. How you doing?
Good and you?
Excellent. Kyle?
Pretty good, Neil.
So we're alive and kicking. Housekeeping from 44.
You, when you were talking about Easy A, said Emma Wilson. It was Emma Stone.
I said Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh.
I caught it the second time I was listening
Yeah.
with Jessica.
Who's Emma Wilson? Emma Watson? Did I say Watson or Wilson?
You said Wilson.
Who the fuck is that? I don't know that person. Yeah, I definitely meant Emma Stone. Who's a babe? Have you seen that movie, Easy A?
Yeah. A long time ago, though.
I watched it on a flight recently. Where the fuck? Was that when we were going? No. I don't know.
Colorado?
Yeah, was that? Yes, it was.
Yeah, I remember you
Yep.
saying that. Oh, speaking of the movie train, I fucking watched
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Tell us about it. Let's hear it.
Very mediocre.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Like, again, though, I think it was you
The build-up.
had talked it up so much that I'm like, wow, this is going to be mind-blowing. Like, this is going to be a great movie.
yeah,
And
you went into it wrong.
It was very average, I
Yeah.
felt.
All right.
Not
well,
Leo's best work, not Tom's best work.
Really? Were you
Yeah.
completely invested? Or were you like sidetracked with
so
other stuff?
I started watching it Friday night or Saturday night, one of the two. Fell asleep.
Oh, okay. Well,
And so then I started it back over the next morning.
okay.
And
Well.
it was good. It was interesting, entertaining. Mm-hmm. Not something I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch Catch Me If You Can again.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hadn't seen it, I don't know how long, and it was just on. I'm like, well, that's interesting. I'll watch that.
It was more so, I think, the, like, stuff at the end, like, where it rolls through, like, this is what happened afterward, and, like, giving the background on the rest of his life.
Christopher Walken, though, like, he played a great part, the dad.
Yeah. Part of that, too, though, that whole relationship there, I think just, like, ruined
His
it
French
for me.
whore of a mom.
Yeah. And then, yeah, that and his like, whole thing just trying to please his dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I don't care about your daddy issues.
Yeah, but he faked being a pilot.
And a lawyer.
And a doctor.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
He ruined all of that for us, just for the record. Like, we could have did that.
Could have.
Could have.
Could have
took
printed
jobs
our
out
own
of-
checks.
Yeah. All right. So I fucked that up. Thank you for catching that. Anything else? I can't think of anything.
No, that's all I got.
Awesome. Do you want to start with our surprise guest? We're going to call somebody. Or do you do that later?
Should we do
Stay tuned. We'll do it later.
the big two and then
Yeah.
kick it off with the phone call?
Yes. Today's or this evening's, whenever you're listening on the 15th, I
Correct.
believe, is about, we got hunting season ready to the rut just kind of happened. We'll talk about that. We're in Wisconsin, if you aren't familiar.
thereof.
Yeah, lack thereof, the rut. And we got gun season opening up in a few days. So yeah, there'll be some hunting talk. If you don't like it, just put it on mute and keep listening to show some support.
Yeah, please don't turn it off.
Don't turn it off. All right, so the National Day of. I also feel like I did a bad job last week with the birthdays. Like, I went into it looking at a few. I'm like, oh, these are really good. And then when I was trying to do the thing, it just didn't come out very good. But you'll have that. All right. Kyle, I'm going to start with you. National Day of. We're talking about the 15th of November and the 16th of November.
Okay.
Are you more likely to support National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day or use less stuff day. Now, use less stuff day is like kind of a minimalistic approach, whether that be like reusable diapers, shit like that maybe.
We did not use reusable diapers.
No.
That's
God,
that's
no.
a crazy, maybe
No.
a crazy example, but you get what I'm getting at.
Maybe use like your regular plates and cups instead of like Dixie cups and paper plates and
Correct. Yep. So are you more likely to do hey, I'm going to clean out the fridge, or do you guys never do that?
shit. I never do that.
Yeah.
Jessica does. Like my thing of cleaning out the fridge is there's leftovers. I eat them.
Fuck yeah.
Cleaned out.
Same.
The ketchup bottle runs out.
Throw
boom.
it away.
Exactly.
It's a natural cleaning out.
But so you guys are a milk household, I assume.
Yeah, not as much.
Do you ever notice like the milk
As we
from
used to
pouring
was.
it, especially if the kids pour it? I can imagine because I fuck it up. Like you pour milk and a little bit runs down the side, and then it just gets this like weird white crusty thing where the milk sits. Do you guys not have this problem?
No, my kids know how to
No.
pour milk.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a slight panic attack when Bryn tries to pour her own.
Okay. So she's traumatized, so you're not.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I learned how to pour milk a long time
Hey.
ago, so I don't have that issue.
I think I learned and I forgot. I don't know. It's like they changed something with the jug. I don't know. I need the bag of milk. That was way easier.
I feel like that would be more difficult.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
They still do the bag of milk, don't they?
Yeah.
Still exists?
Quick Trip?
I think that was the only place I ever saw it.
Yeah. I have to double check. I don't
tell
know
you.
that they do. Speaking of Quick Trip, I stopped for dinner. Obviously, Quick Trip's a
Yeah.
great option. They had just
Best
made...
restaurant in Wisconsin.
Yep. They had just made the corn dogs. Holy
Ooh, nice.
fuck. That $1.79 corn dog did me right. Loved it. And I have some Blue Diamond almonds. They were
Nuts.
3 for 3.
Oh,
If you guys are interested.
no, almonds are disgusting.
Hard
Oh,
pass.
okay. Really? You don't like
I
almonds?
hate almonds with
Wow.
a passion.
Okay. So which one are you doing? Clean out your refrigerator
Less shit day.
Less shit day. All right.
Save the turtles. Use reusable straws.
Oh, there's a good example. Exactly. Peter, which one would you or your household support more?
Good question. I would probably say that use less stuff day. Yeah, same.
Your wife was really big into that, even when we were like in high school and stuff. I feel.
For sure. Elle's already like gathered onto that, so she had this whole idea of like, oh, we're gonna get reusable napkins. So now that's a thing in our
Or like
household.
repurposing?
Oh, so you guys are like really fancy.
Oh, I still use paper towels from time to time. Then they give me like the shun, like one of those
Well,
looks.
there's a couple schools of thought because if you do the reusable stuff and you're not like good about cleaning them, bacteria and shit can grow on them.
True.
So it's like depending on when you're going to use it to dry off your hands or do something, wipe up. If you're not good about like, okay, we got to wash that one, and then it spreads and who knows. So reusable versus paper towels. We use a shit ton of paper towels.
We do as well.
And I can never grab one. One of them, the thin like rectangle, is not enough. It's always two.
Okay, I don't have that issue.
Just feels better.
I
when you're
grab
ripping it off.
one, I
So when-
fold it in half.
So when you
like a
dribble
napkin.
the milk, how many paper towels are we talking?
I just wipe that and then put it on my sweatshirt or something, like the pocket of my sweatshirt, hide stuff in there. all
Figured
the
you
time.
just like lick the lick the side of the jug.
Nope, that's where the dried milk is.
Elle opened up brand new gallon of milk the other day. She's like, something's not right with this. And I was like, what? Like, you just opened it. Like, what's not right with it? I go over there. There's chunks floating on the top of it. And I was like,
Oh,
no.
did you guys buy whole milk or what'd you buy?
Yeah, you don't. No, I'm just joking. No,
Straight
it was just
from the
normal. I don't know.
From who? We need to hear. Kemp's? Who did this to
No.
you?
Walmart Portage? Are we allowed to say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck
Yeah,
them.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Fuck
Allegedly.
them. That sucks. Do you don't know the brand though specifically?
No.
Yuck. Did you take it back?
I know. That seems like a lot of work.
Just drop it on their floor with the lid off.
Walk into
is
the
your
greeter.
hand.
Hi, welcome. Just toss the gallon.
Yeah,
I would.
show your receipt. Like bring the receipt
And
from
then
that
just
day.
dump it right
Pour
in front of them.
pour them a glass. Like, hey, can I get you a glass of this fucking milk you sold me?
I mean, we probably should have done that.
Yeah.
Angie said they're really good at like, because she does the whole online stuff where,
Oh,
like, if you say something's not like, if it's bad vegetables or something like that, they immediately reimburse you. So maybe she
Whoa.
did that without me knowing. There's a really good chance, of
Probably.
me not knowing
Yep.
of what actually occurred.
We probably should have just had your wife on instead of you.
Probably. She would have been able to
We'd have
fill in
got
a
more
lot,
answers.
a lot more details at least.
All right. Peter, National Drummer Day, like musician drummer, versus Steve Irwin Day.
You gotta go Steve Irwin.
Couple badasses. Usually
Steve
drummers
Irwin
are
hard.
badass. Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
Shout out
R.I.P.
Scott, former guest of the program. He's a drummer.
Yeah.
Yep. But R.I.P. to Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Would you go the same way?
I would. Yeah.
Steve Irwin Day. How did he die?
Crikey.
Stingray.
Right to the heart.
Fuck.
Which they don't tell you that. We swam with stingrays in Cayman Islands when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
That's still like an attraction that you can go do.
They're like, look at these stupid
Stingrays or manta rays?
Stingrays.
Ooh,
Call it Stingray City.
fuck
They
that.
take you out on some catamaran. You go out like a few
Look at these
miles.
stupid tourists paying to do this.
Right.
They give
But it was
you like Kevlar vests or
No,
Guns?
nothing. But it was like a few years later, and yeah, all of a sudden I was like, oh, the guy who has wrestled gators and snakes and all this stuff, he gets a stingray.
some would say he hunted crocodiles.
It's true.
Yeah,
Crocodile
I think
hunter.
that was correct. There's an Instagram account where a dude walks through the Everglades barefoot.
Fuck that.
He's on a search. I forget the exact handle, but I can find it and I'll share some of his stuff on our page. He's on a search for the 20-foot long Burmese python, or what are the ones?
Yep.
Yeah. So he sees alligators all the time, crocodiles and shit all the time, and he calls them swamp puppies, and he'll like go up close to them, and he'll like jump back if he needs to. He wears out different like animals like that. He doesn't record it, but then he'll like grab them and do shit with them, and he'll like a whippoorwill or something. He'll just swipe it. Different frogs, swipe it, like just grabbing shit like crazy. In the dark, he's walking around barefoot in the fucking Everglades.
Nope.
Yeah, those guys who like will jump into the like, gator ponds and shit down there and swim like it's nothing. Fuck that.
Because they have like, don't they like have competitions to who can like kill the most snakes or like?
Yeah, there's
Probably.
bounty on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so when he sees them, he like the little like smaller ones, he takes them, kills them or whatever he needs to do. Doesn't show that, but he'll have like 4 or 5 of them rounded up at the end of the video. He's like, "Yep, these are all coming with me." But he's just crazy bastard.
Fuck that noise.
Drummer Day and Steve Irwin Day are both on the 15th. I just wanted to
nice.
pit those two against each other. So, Kyle, National, this is kind of like the first one a little bit, but National Recycling Day. So being more diligent with recycling versus National Black Marketers Day. So black individuals in marketing. Which one are you?
Is that legitimately
I'm
what
not
it is?
fucking kidding you.
'Cause
Started
I
in-
immediately went to like black market, like selling body parts and shit.
Oh, I didn't even
Oh,
think
see,
of that.
I went like Black Friday, like that kind of.
No, this
I don't
is
know.
for black people that are in marketing. It started in 2019 by the Black Marketing Coalition.
Okay. I guess, but like, good for them. Do what you do. I'm gonna go with recycling day.
Maybe
Like,
some of them are in jobs where it's about recycling.
exactly. Yeah.
So they'll kind of get to celebrate in their
maybe
own
they're
way.
marketing things they make out of recycled materials.
And if they aren't, they should be.
Yep.
Yep. All right. That's on the 15th. Peter, Raisin Bran Cereal Day versus Fast Food Day.
Fast food day.
So you don't care about like health and wellness, obviously.
Have you seen me?
Dude, raisins are like fucking boogers. Have you ever noticed that?
No, see, I'm not against raisins.
Fuck that. Oh, raisins.
But Raisin Bran
craisins.
cereal?
There's like 3 things that I will not eat: raisins, craisins, and cauliflower.
Raisins, craisins.
Is it because they rhyme? The first two, at least.
So
Nope, they're just nasty.
that salad that's cauliflower, broccoli.
Oh,
and there's,
fuck that.
There's
Nope.
raisins in it.
Yep. Nope. Never put it on my plate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so. I just had it last night. It's so fucking good.
I love broccoli. Fuck cauliflower.
Is it because it's like?
Especially raw cauliflower.
but there's not. Yeah, there's not a lot of flavor to it.
Well, yeah, you need it to be drenched
yeah.
in something for sure.
It's really just
it doesn't matter. It's so gross.
It's just to transport whatever.
What
you're
if it's like
dipping
a
in.
real small like piece?
No.
So yeah, sometimes those big ones are way too much.
It has a weird flavor. I don't like it.
Is it flavor or texture?
Flavor. Because I
Okay.
can eat broccoli.
Oh yeah, broccoli is even like furrier though.
Yeah.
Like it has the stuff that gets in your teeth.
It's
more.
definitely the flavor of
Okay.
cauliflower. And craisins and raisins, is, like I said, it's like eating fucking boogers. It's disgusting.
Shout out people we used to go to high school with probably.
Cheech.
Oh my God. Loyal listener, I'm sure.
Josh, if you're listening,
How are they? Jesus Christ. I was going to say raisins in milk, like the cereal like that, not a
Yeah.
fan. If it's in something else, like that salad that I had, like I can do it for some reason, but I don't like them in milk. I don't know. That cereal's not for me. So you're going fast food.
Fast food.
What is your favorite fast food? If you had to have one fast food option for the rest of your life,
Sure.
which one?
like restaurant or actual
Restaurant.
item?
Restaurant. So you can have whatever you want from that restaurant. Then we'll do item.
Culver's.
That's a good one.
So good.
Really good. What do you get from Culver's?
No
then,
brainer.
If you could only do one thing.
So I normally just get like a single Butterburger. Do you know that you have to order them single now?
Yeah,
Like
'cause
if
they
you're just
always
like,
come
oh hey,
double.
can I have this? That their standard is double.
Is it a price thing too? Like, does it also like cost less if you do single?
I think. I don't
It
know.
should, you
I
would hope.
yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah, I
it does.
believe it does.
That's a
I just
bullshit
don't
move
need-
on their part to like do the more expensive one.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everyone, you would imagine, thinks it's going to be a single.
Yeah. But I always swap out the fries.
Yep.
I either go onion rings or cheese curds. And
Same.
probably more common would be the onion rings.
Yep. Same. I love the onion rings.
More cheese curds than onion rings, but
Are you taking it back?
no, okay, no, that's still
Unbumped.
good.
You can't
I
unbump
don't
it.
care for their fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not a crinkle cut fry guy.
Nope. Fry guy. Listener. Kyle, what would you go with? You can pick one restaurant.
Culver's,
Okay. And then if you can have just one thing from that restaurant.
their pub burger and cheese curds.
Pub burger. Yep. That's the
I
pretzel
did
bun.
have the curd burger for the first time. The night that we went to pick the puppy out, not pick her up. That was pretty good, but the pub burger is
Where it's
that
at.
was a full-time menu thing always.
Yep.
Does the pub burger have? Is it the pretzel bun or no?
Yes, it has the pretzel bun
Alright.
and it's got like some whatever special sauce type of thing on it.
Secret sauce.
Secret sauce.
Depends on who's working that night.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other day we had some leftover pretzel buns and I had some venison bacon I wanted to make that somebody gave me. Shout out Mike's Meats, can't beat his meat. And on the pretzel bun with American cheese, I didn't even do an egg, so I was just in a hurry. And I was like,
Good American cheese or Kraft single?
well, that depends on who you ask, 'cause I think those are good. I know it's not real cheese, but I love it when it's melted. It's so fucking
They are good for like grilled cheese.
Yeah, I don't eat it
Yeah.
cold. It's the only stuff I use when I melt cheese on something. I'll eat others like cheese that's melted, but I prefer that. Holy shit. Pretzel bun, venison bacon, American cheese slice melted. Incredible. Love a pretzel bun. Fast food, I would go with... I really am addicted recently to either Jimmy John's or Melio's, like those sandwiches.
Yeah.
They're just so good. But hot stuff is usually the go-to for fast food. I have different things. So Culver's is probably the best overall restaurant 'cause I love a lot of stuff from there. I like the Butterburger plain, really good. I usually get the double because I'm large.
I do also usually double.
Like that burger plain is just so fucking good with the cheese on it. And then their salad is really good with the chicken. If I'm really hungry, I'll get double chicken
Their
on the
chicken
salad.
sandwiches are good.
Yes.
Their fish is usually good.
Yep, and it's a Wisconsin company. But I almost want to say, and this is really weird, I've had a hankering, the French dip from Arby's,
Freedom dip.
Freedom dip from Arby's is so goddamn
I haven't
good.
had Arby's in so long.
Do you like a Freedom dip? Or are you not a huge fan of that style?
I do, but I like their big beef and cheddar.
Okay.
Or
So
Hope
they-
Solo,
they-
as they call it.
Take the Hope Solo Happy Meal. Oh God, they have the little thing of au jus or whatever juice they is manufactured for this purpose, and it's just delicious. So recommend trying that if you haven't.
That reminds me of like being fat in Arby's. Your graduation party,
Oh,
like loading up a good
Oh.
Mike's Meats brat and then throwing some Arby's roast beef on top of that.
I was just gonna say. So my parents did the same thing. I think for me, like, and every one of my brothers, where it would always be Arby's roast beef and then like
Brats.
150 brats from
great
awesome.
drunk food.
Great.
Yeah.
However,
Doesn't come out easy, but
always overdid it, and so that like you would eat that shit for the rest of the summer. It
Yeah.
would be like you would find anything you could try to like mix in, like
Today I'm going to put syrup on
Brats for breakfast, brats for lunch,
Yeah.
brats for dinner.
it. Yep. That is a Wisconsin like staple, I feel, or Midwest maybe, but Arby's at graduation parties so goddamn good. Especially like if you go easy on it, like you get there, you maybe have one, you're like, oh, I really want another, but you wait, especially if it's a drinking graduation party, then you get into them. So good.
Do you guys remember at mine, Barry was just wasted, and then he was like,
He showed up to all of them wasted.
it's true. But he was like talking with like, for whatever reason, he had the DJ at, because for around the pool, and Barry was like talking with the guy and like trying to get it, like, I don't know, maybe it was Barry or the guy. They were trying to like work something out of having Barry go work for him. Barry probably has zero recollection of any of the
Oh my gosh.
conversation.
Hammed.
Yes.
You gotta tell him that because I guarantee he doesn't remember,
Yeah.
but he'd get a kick out of it.
It was very entertaining to see it all happen.
The one highlight that I routinely talk about from my graduation party was going into my bathroom, which was in the basement of my parents' house, to find somebody sitting up on and pissing in my sink. So that female, if you're listening, you're a fucking bitch. I brushed my teeth there, but also like hilarious to see. Let's see here. Peter, what we just do? Kyle, pack your mom's lunch day versus World Pancreatic Cancer Day.
I'll go with World Pancreatic Cancer Day.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's awareness.
Yeah. No, we're giving it to people
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
day.
say, what else
let's
would it be?
not do that.
If you had to pack your mom's lunch, what would you do for a lunch? When she would have lunch at work, what did she eat?
So
Speechless.
I don't know. She would take like frozen like dinners or whatever and
Okay.
just make those. So I guess that'd be pretty fucking easy. Otherwise, I could throw a sandwich together and a bag of chips and stuff. I don't know. Never thought about it. Just put me on the spot.
I was just asking. All right. Sorry. So on the 16th, raise awareness about World Pancreatic Cancer Day. Fucking bitch.
It is.
Bad.
That was got my grandpa Lord.
Yeah. My Uncle Jim. Yep. Peter, National Bund. You know how to spell that?
Is it BUNDT?
Yep. National Bunt Day.
Is it like
Like the cake?
the cake?
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I'm thinking. Okay.
National Bund Day versus National Button Day. Buttons like buttons.
Like
Loosen up my
Whoa.
Can
buttons,
you use it?
baby.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Loosen up my buttons,
Okay.
baby. Your
Go
favorite song?
I'm going the cake.
Yeah, bun
Buns
cakes?
are a pain in the ass.
Really? So you don't like? You have button-up shirts and stuff. You just don't like them. You prefer
Yeah.
the snaps.
No, I don't
like the
I don't know
snaps?
if I have any snaps. I don't know.
I like snaps.
I
I like
prefer-
buttons.
I prefer
pullover
cake.
shirts.
Yes.
You don't like buttons.
I mean, if I had to pick a shirt that I'm gonna wear
Right.
the rest of my life, I'm not gonna pick a button up. No, it's a pain in the ass.
Like when I had to go into the office, it was buttons like every day. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've worn a button shirt since.
Well, you could pull those over. You don't have to undo the buttons, depending
It's
on the
true.
tightness in the shoulders. But
I'm more of a polo
Or
guy when I'm in the
armpits, I should
office.
say.
Yeah.
Less buttons.
Yeah.
still buttons, but less buttons.
Yeah, I usually just leave the top one unbuttoned,
Yep.
leave the bottom one always buttoned, and then I just have to unbutton the middle one and then button it.
Sure. Okay. I'm glad you guys are interested in buttons because there's some good information on this National Day of talking about buttons. So, in the year 1250, the Button Makers Guild was established. So, buttons have been around a long time.
Okay. Like 800 years.
In the year 1300, so just 50 years later, the church, which I would assume this is over in fucking
England.
England. Europe was so button crazy, the church started calling them the devil's snare. This was probably because most women's clothing of the time buttoned up the front. So very seductive with their breastises pushing on the buttons, maybe. I don't know. Church didn't like
Make a
buttons.
looser shirt.
Isn't it like old school? Isn't it women's buttons go the opposite way of men's?
Yes.
They're on the opposite side or
Opposite side or
something?
something,
Yeah. In 1900, this American town was named the Pearl Button Capital of the World. Do you want to guess city-state on this?
Austin, Texas.
Okay. Peter, do you have a guess?
I don't.
I'm going to
No
give you
guess.
one more.
What state is it in?
Oh, I'm going to give you a different
Which side of the Mississippi?
What side?
Fucking A. I'm going to give you a different hint. So it's because of the German immigrants
Milwaukee.
in this small town. It's not Milwaukee. Peter, do you have a guess?
German?
German immigration to this small town in a state not far away. That's what I'll say.
Springfield.
Nope.
Is it in Illinois?
Muscatine, Iowa.
Nope. Wasn't
Never
gonna
would
go
have got
there.
that.
Pearl Button, capital of the world.
Shout out Webb.
Shout
The
out
great
Webb.
state of Iowa.
Melting pearls out there. So that's your button trivia for the day.
All right, cool.
Last one I have for you here, National Day of. Kyle. Well, we didn't talk about bundt cakes. When was the last time you had a bundt cake? I don't know. There's a place in Madison.
I feel like Angie actually made one within the last 2 years.
Okay.
Those are the
that's all
ones
I
with
got.
like the hole in the middle, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or the
Last time I
unique,
had one.
like,
yeah,
outside.
It's like
Yeah.
mounds
yes.
with a hole
Yeah.
in the middle.
There's a place in Madison called Nothing Bundt Cakes.
I've heard of it.
It's really good. It's like stupid how good they are. Kyle, Educational Support Professionals Day
Okay, that's a mouthful.
versus Great American Smokeout. Now that, what do you think that means?
Great American Smokeout?
Sounds weird,
They
but
smoking meats?
nope.
Are they hotboxing it?
It's actually, they're smoking out smoking. So for 24
Oh, fuck
hours,
that educational assistant. Day.
for 24 hours, tobacco users, specifically people that smoke tobacco, are encouraged to not use for
Oh,
24
yeah. How does
hours.
that go?
I don't know. I'm gonna
Everybody's just
challenge-
angry by the end of it. Just
I'm gonna-
fighting each other.
Challenge my parents. I know you are most likely listening. This is would be Thursday. Don't smoke starting Thursday morning till Friday morning. Good luck.
And you have advance
luck.
warning because you'll be watching on Wednesday morning. So
Yes. So you're going with Educational Support Professionals Day. Mm-hmm. Folks like who we talked about last week, Coach Poles,
yep,
Miss Dalton, Miss B, Lemke, whatever,
yep.
made me think we should get Miss Dalton on for an interview because the
Yeah.
stories she would have.
Is she still in?
I don't think she lives in
the area?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
She moved somewhere. She's in the United States, I think. I don't know. All right, that gets us through National Day of.
All right. So that gets us to birthdays. And so Peter, on the 17th, whose birthday, if you had to hang out with one of these dudes you get to hang out with one of these guys, which would you rather do? Both their birthdays are on the 17th.
Which would you rather do?
Yeah.
hang out with?
Do I have to hang out with them afterwards?
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In what order?
Danny DeVito turns 79,
Nice.
or Martin Scorsese turning 81.
Why? I know the Martin. Why can't I picture the face of him?
Because he's a director, so he's usually not
Oh,
on
okay.
screen.
We're going Danny DeVito.
behind the camera.
Ooh.
After was it Always Sunny? Fuck, it's so good.
He's a
I've
wild
not
fuck.
seen a lot of, maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Always Sunny.
Yeah,
I watched the
it
first
either.
few seasons and it was good.
It's still
Then
going.
It's
isn't
still
it?
going. Yeah, I
It's
just
crazy.
lost it after a while.
Yeah.
See, Scorsese, I feel, though, has just, like, a lot of bangers, so probably be an interesting feller to hang out with, too.
Yeah, but he was also in with the Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
DeVito, yes, not
Yes.
Scorsese.
Yes, yeah. Clarification.
Scorsese thought about filming that, but
Yep.
he didn't.
Yeah, opted not to. All right, Denver. You have to pick one of these two in their prime to run your team
Okay.
for the foreseeable future. Like lead your team for the
Sure.
foreseeable future. Both of these born on November 18th. I'm going with Caleb Williams, turns 22,
Okay.
or Big Papi David Ortiz, turning 48.
Now, are they running the team in their respective sports?
Yes, their respective sports.
Okay. I want somebody different than Caleb Williams for
One
my.
of them's a world champion, and one of them just cried like a bitch.
I was just gonna say, for my football team, Caleb Williams, you are not a part of it because he's a hypocrite for one, because he made fun of, I forget who, for crying at the podium a week or two prior to him crying and like being in the stands with
Like
his mom.
literally bawling, like shaking, crying so hard.
Exactly.
If I was an NFL GM, I'd be like, dude's
and
a puss.
then he said he wanted to go home and spend time with his dog and just like not think about things. Like he's doing everything possible to like fuck up his draft stock.
Well,
He's an idiot.
he just wanted to be like part. He wanted like part ownership of wherever
he's
he goes.
already trying to make
Oh,
demands. So he's
You
a
haven't played
complete-
it down yet, and
Exactly.
you're demanding
Yeah.
like part ownership.
Which is weird because you're not allowed to do that because apparently Aaron Rodgers was trying to get that into his
Yeah.
Jets contract
Oh,
as
interesting.
well.
So yeah, fuck him. Big Papi, hilarious. Like
Yes.
if you ever watch him on any of like the pregame, postgame stuff for baseball, which I rarely ever watch, but he was on the World Series desk or whatever, hilarious, and obviously really good at hitting a baseball. Was he a designated hitter most, or did he play outfield or something, or first base?
I think at the end he was.
I think he was first base, but I think
Okay.
majority of it was DH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said to Lindsay, I was like, this guy has been in America playing in like doing interviews and has all the access to like people to like teach him English and whatever else. He has not gotten rid of his accent or like has still the shittiest English for the most part. It's hilarious. And he's in like a talking role now, but he still sounds like he's like off the island. I don't know where he's from. Dominican maybe, or
I think
Cuba
so.
or some
I think
shit.
he's Dominican, yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, I'm going with him.
Big Papi? Mm-hmm. Yeah, obvious answer. Mm-hmm. All right, Peter. You have to pick one of these actors slash actresses to star in all the movies that you're ever going to produce. Are you going with...
What
And they were
industry?
once co-stars.
What genre are we talking here?
Doesn't matter. As wide a range as you want.
Okay.
You can do some of everything.
Okay.
Are you going with Rachel McAdams, who turns 45 on the 17th?
I know what movies you can film with her.
Or Owen Wilson,
And him.
turning 55 on the 18th?
Fuck. That's actually really tough.
Wedding Crashers.
Right.
Dude.
Great movie.
Me and
So
Dupree.
Yep.
He's,
Well, I'm saying McAdams and him were both in Wedding Crashers.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Love interest.
They were the love
yeah,
interest.
I know. I didn't even put the... Shit. It's a tough one.
Wedding Crashers is so good.
It's like it's brand new again if you haven't seen it in a while.
God, great movie.
Watch some of those old ones that we've seen a bunch.
When he is it Vince Vaughn when he's tied to the bed and he like makes the guy get in the closet?
What's the
Todd and Christopher Walken comes in. He's just like notices he's tied to the bed, but like doesn't.
just like
No, he goes, what does he
checks
say?
the
Night,
knots or
he goes,
whatever. Yeah.
night tears. Night tears.
Oh my fucking god!
I'm taking the picture, Todd. It was a gift. Fuck, I don't really know. I think I'm going Owen Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. Crooked knows his shit, but I'm still going.
I bet he's more fun like offset
Yeah.
too, or like when it's not going on. Where I could see McAdams being a real McBitch.
Yeah.
Like she's
Although-
probably a drama queen.
She seems really nice in Dave.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. Rachel McAdams, blonde hair or dark hair?
Dark hair.
Dark hair.
I was saying
every
dark.
time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You were not thinking Mean Girls there?
No, I was going Notebook.
Never seen it.
Really?
Don't tell me I have to watch that piece of
No,
shit
you don't have to
now.
watch that. No.
All right. So then,
Excuse me.
Denver. Gosh, what do I want for this one?
Who are the people? Like, what are they famous for?
Acting, I guess.
Okay.
Both. Comedy.
Yeah, I don't know.
And this is gonna be a really easy one, so I don't know why I'm like
Sweating it?
hurting my head here because. All right, so you're gonna whatever you're doing, you have to win a drag show. Who are you picking?
Like, they're going to
You-
be my contestant I enter, or they're going to help me get ready?
They're helping you get ready.
Okay.
Are you going with Mike Epps, who turns 53 on the 18th?
Ooh.
Or are you going with RuPaul, who turns 63 on the 17th? Which, by the way, the picture on the website had facial hair.
Yeah, maybe she maybe Mike Epps would have a fresh approach to how to look good in drag. And, I mean, his personality, he's just funny as fuck. So,
Right.
RuPaul, I don't think I could... I'm not good at being coached, for one, so I think I would get along better with Mike Epps, and he and I could really, like, create something there. So, RuPaul, you can fucking blow me. Maybe don't. No.
Sure you want to phrase it that way?
Yeah, shitty. Bad choice of
probably
words.
And then there's just one more birthday on the 18th, turning 42, Mike Jones.
Who?
That's right. So I had to add that one.
I have 2 that are happening as we record tomorrow, Tuesday. Friend of the program, Bailey, her birthday, and my father. They share a birthday. So
Happy birthday, Bailey and Danny Boy.
Danny boy. I think that's it for birthdays that I can think of. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any more. So, yeah.
I usually wait for Facebook or Snapchat to tell me if it's not like a top of mind one.
Snapchat tells you now, too?
Well, they have the birthday cake next to your name.
Never pay
noticed.
attention.
Yeah. How about that?
Good to know.
If you put in your birthday, I believe. I think there's a way to not put it or not make it public.
Interesting.
Do you want to start with calling the Pearl Button Capital of the World guy? And getting his update on his...
Maybe we can see if he answers.
When
I was
does
gonna say, is he
Iowa-
aware of the situation, or are we
No,
surprised?
it's total surprise. So he's been bow hunted a little bit. Is Iowa's gun season before us or after?
After, I think
After,
theirs
yeah.
is in like December.
Oh, okay.
I think. Don't
Call
quote
him.
me on it.
Let's see what he says when you call and he answers. Speakerphone that shit. So yeah, this is where we're getting into the part of the program where we're going to talk a little bit about hunting. Do stay tuned because I'm sure there'll be some tangents and maybe you'll learn something.
Yes, sir.
Webb, how's it going?
Not bad.
How'd the Bengals do for you?
Not good though.
Not bad, not good.
What's up?
How'd the Bengals do for you?
Yeah, that was fucking bullshit there.
Yeah.
Last second field goal. Why wouldn't they though? They just kicked the shit out of the Bills a week before. Why wouldn't they lose to a fucking 1-17?
CJ Stroud, man. MVP. He's entered the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Who's he got in the
No, I
background?
just got all my fucking feeder cattle get out, so I just got done getting them in. So
Oh, so you don't have a minute to talk then about hunting season?
maybe in a little while. Why?
All right, maybe we'll call you back. We're on the podcast right now.
10-4.
All right, good luck. Get them rounded up.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
There's a real life look into what Cody's life is like. Poor
Feeder cows out.
bastard.
My feeder cows got out, but I'm gonna answer this phone instead of getting them back.
Hey, at least he cares. You call and he's ready to talk.
That's true.
And then you hit him with him being knocked out of the knockout pool.
Just missing getting his money back
Oh, fuck.
at a minimum.
All right. So you have been back out in the woods bow hunting since last week when we had the podcast?
Yeah, and it died off considerably.
Died off.
Deer movement was pretty piss poor.
So do you think it's at the point now where everyone talks about bucks being locked down with a doe? Or is that still happening, coming up?
Yeah, I mean,
Is the rut still coming, or is that gone at Halloween time?
Yeah, I think it's no. I think there's still probably does out there to be bred, but I don't know. It was weird on my way home. There were deer out everywhere. Mm-hmm. So this is like 4:00 in the afternoon. Couple of bucks with does, and it's just like they didn't have any interest in the does. So
Yep.
I'm thinking most of the does are already bred, and I don't know. For whatever reason, I just did not see shit for rut activity, but I mean, it happens the same time every year, so.
Weather may be a factor this year.
I think so.
Not a cold snap.
Yeah, less movement during the day. Plus, I mean, in the heart of it, you had almost a full moon, so probably moving a lot at night when it is cooler, so.
The other night, I think I sent it to you guys, was it Saturday night? That buck that ran through on the trail cam, it was blurry as fuck, and I had just turned the video off earlier that day, because I'm like, I've been getting videos of squirrels and like a doe and like just nothing
Can you
interesting.
do that right from your phone?
Yeah. It
Nice.
takes time to like update. So like a few hours, it says it can take up to 24 depending on your signal. But I've noticed it's like an hour or two. So I had to literally turn the video off earlier that day. And then that night I get that blurry fucking picture, a triple, like 'cause I have it set to take 3, where it's just the one where you can barely see him and then 2 that he's already gone. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But it was encouraging to see that he's like just cruising through at a pace that looks like he's out there looking for something. But other than that, it's like when I first put the camera up would have been, because I was really late to do it this year. It was like roughly 2 weeks ago. The first few days, a variety of different bucks. As of late, small stuff, mostly doe.
Yeah.
Not a lot. So we'll see. I don't hunt that property until after opening weekend, so I'm not sure what it'll look like. But I did see some stuff last year when I was there during gun season. Nothing that I shot, but promising. Peter, you go up north
I do.
to the big woods.
Yep.
Arcadia area-ish.
Yep. Trempealeau County.
Yep. Which is, was that
Big
one?
buck country.
That
Yeah.
was one that has
Top-
the record.
Something like top 5 or top 6 counties, I think.
Yeah. Tell us about that. Like, what do you hunt? Is it like a big piece of property? Like, how many acres? What do you normally see?
Yeah. So we've been going up there forever. We actually super lucky. We have family friends that allow us to use part of their land. I believe it was like the grandpa and my grandpa knew each other from the small
Nice.
town, and then
Thank you.
and it was my mom's dad, and then my dad actually went up there, I think, to go bow hunting or regular hunting with my grandpa at the time, and then got to know like the guy his age. And so every time that my dad had a son, of like, hey, I'm going to start bringing him up. Is that okay? They've always opened the doors for us. So
Really cool.
I would say super fortunate. And they were, they've always done like really well and try to buy up more properties like around them. So if a farm came up for sale around them, they would go for it. They have a lot of acreage. I think they have like 1,100 acres, I think, total.
Nice.
And they kind of gave us, like, I don't want to necessarily say free range, but they allow us to hunt one of like the farms that they purchased. And it's like the one that's not consecutively all like together.
Attached to their
Attached
other
to the other
property.
properties.
Okay.
So we hunt, I think it's 160 acres
Okay.
total. And it's me, my dad, and my brothers have always gone. And then we're kind of bringing up my nephews, which is kind of cool to see, getting them interested in it
Does your
too.
oldest have interest in hunting at all?
That was a hard pass.
Yeah.
I think Holly has said like, yeah, maybe I think about doing it. Now waking her up at
Yeah.
early morning, probably not going well. And I think they like it because I like it.
Sure.
But I think it's a whole different story to watch me shoot an animal.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, I think. I mean,
Yep.
they haven't I guess, pushed too hard to go.
What about just like the activity of like shooting a rifle? Like, have they been around a shotgun or anything? Have they been around that?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay. I asked
Yeah.
because I was listening to Meat Eater today, or the one that came out today or recently, when he was talking about how to break it in, like break the kids in or ease them
sure.
into it. That the noise is the biggest part. So if you can
Makes
do
sense.
earplugs underneath like a headset that like controls the volume a little bit,
Yeah.
that's what they associate the
And a
kick.
can.
Yeah, and a silencer if you can do that too. But they associate the kick or like the scariness with just how loud it is.
Yeah.
So if and when you get to that point, remember the sound part of it.
Yeah, that kind of makes. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they like when I shoot bow or anything like that, I'll usually have them have like my rangefinder because they want to be
yeah.
a part of it,
Yeah.
right? So hey,
Nice.
cool. Let's we
Yep.
start out at 20. Now let's back up. Where are we at and reach to 30? Whatever it may be.
Smart. What do you like if they were to go with you? What kind of stand or blind or something are you in?
Yeah, so that's part of the hard part. So we have like 2 really nice shacks that we built. One I think is, I'm trying to think, 8x6. That was the first one we built. It was my dad getting older, wanted to get a little bit more out of the elements.
Yep.
So we have an 8x6 shack, probably like 14 feet up in the air. Fully insulated.
Nice.
It's pretty fantastic. We added another one. I think we built that one in 2009 when it started catching on a little bit more. And then we built another one that's by, is it 6x4, 8x4? A little bit more tight, but it's down into like more of a narrow, more woods. So usually it's my dad and sometimes my nephew sits in our big one, and then Andrew with his little guy will sit in the other one.
It's a good way to have kids be out
For sure.
because you can control their sound and
Not-
keep them
yeah.
preoccupied and not like scare shit.
Yeah, and they're hidden from all the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just thinking about this the other day when I was like, because I'm still up in a old ladder stand, up on top of the hill, and it's like, my dad said, oh, it's it's supposed to be pretty warm out for opening thing, and I was like, says the guy in the shack.
Yeah, we're gonna have AC on.
And I was like, and we get out there
50s
nice,
though.
I know. I was like, the hard part is always you just gotta break daylight. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that, however long you are before daylight, and it's
Yeah.
like that's the coldest that like it gets,
Especially
and then,
when you can't see shit, you're just like sitting there focusing on the temperature. You're like,
Yeah.
oh fuck.
And I don't want to say it's daybreak. I feel like it's honestly like the first like half hour of
Yep.
daybreak for whatever reason. I think it's because like I don't know, you walk in there, right, and so
You're warmed up.
you're warmed
yeah.
up, and then you're just sitting and you're waiting,
Yeah.
and then that's where it gets a little cold for it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when you guys started, right, it's you like that was part of it. Part of it is just freezing your ass
Oh, yeah.
off,
Yeah.
or
Yep.
I think that's also how hunting's changed. Where like I almost feel like deer don't move as much because nobody's moving in the woods anymore. Like if
Yeah.
you were cold, what did your dad say?
Go back to the truck.
Or go for a walk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, walk to the end of the road and back.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit more movement in that, but
That's very true.
yeah.
The other part about up there, you're like, how long of a shot are you most likely taking from these stands that you guys have, or where you're at versus where
sure.
your dad might be?
So I'm up in the woods more. Longest shot I could actually hit like the top part of a field, so I can maybe shoot like 80 to 100 yards.
Okay. That's nice that you can.
yeah.
If you need to take a poke like that, you can.
Yep.
Because
that's
woods
the
you can't
longest.
fucking see shit. You've got 30, 40 yards.
Yeah. And so like from gun to bow is an entirely different,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like just how far you can see and how like, I don't know, how full the woods are.
Yeah.
Where like my dad's shack, sky's the limit. We sight our rifles in at 300. And the field, you could probably, you're not shooting at 600, but you can see all the way to the end of it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. That's for me. So I guess for me, I'm probably looking at like 80 to 100 yards max in my area. My dad, he has probably the farthest straight out of the windows 260, I think, to like the top of like the hill road, it's like a farm road, they made through the woods. And then field to the right and behind him, he has, 800 yards max. Obviously you're not shooting that, but you're watching it.
What, has anyone harvested a deer that long, like 600 yards or 500?
So we didn't. Actually, the property owner shot one at 5 1/4,
Oof.
Jeez.
like 2 years ago.
Buck, doe.
Buck.
Yeah.
Monster.
Not willing to take a shot at the doe out there.
Absolute monster. But yeah, it ended up being like he was just actually out, like he was, sitting on home farm. He was out there with one of his buddies, and he's like, "Oh yeah, look how big that is." And he's like, "I can't make that shot." And he goes, "You can if you use my gun." So like the guy he was with goes out west a lot, and he has that thing dialed in.
Sure.
And he was like, "All right, let's range him." Ranged him. I think it was like just shy of like, I think it was like 523 or something like that,
Wow.
which is nuts.
That's
at that
that's
point,
insane.
Drop him in his tracks. Obviously got him. Recovered the deer.
Yeah, got it. I think not dropped him in his tracks. I think he ended up actually running down a little bit further.
Okay.
But yeah.
Wow. And then, so like you said, it's not connected to the main farm.
Yep.
So are you staying in like the main farmhouse that's down the road, or are you staying at this other farm, or what's like your deer camp situation?
Yeah, so that's actually changed. The house that we originally stayed in was like the original farmhouse, which was like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath farmhouse.
Okay.
And it's like, man,
How many people are staying there?
at the time it was like the parents who ran it, they have a son and they have 2 daughters, and then my dad and then us 3 were all in there.
Oh,
It was
wow.
like tight.
The one bathroom thing is the problem. I mean, I'll sleep on a floor somewhere, but
So
if we're playing battle shits in the morning, like holy fuck.
battle. You don't want to be last, that's for sure. So and now they actually ended up tearing that house down just recently in the last like 5 years. So the son who kind of took over the farm has a nice house up on top of that same hill. But I would say like it's like the generation. So like my dad's generation, we end up staying at that house where they built it probably 10 years ago. So we pretty much just take up like the basement of it.
Nice.
So again, super fortunate of, I mean, my dad said he's been up there hunting for like 38 years or something like that.
Is he up there for bow season?
Been alive.
He actually just flew back to Florida the 9th, I think. So he was up there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Didn't get anything.
Did he see anything that he wanted to shoot but couldn't, or?
Nothing of like huge.
Sure.
I think there was one that maybe kind of piqued his interest, but just didn't get a chance at it. And I think you had said, right, that like he flew home and it was like 2 days later, then all of a sudden he had some more movement.
Turned on.
So it's, I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss sometimes, but
Yep. Huh.
because he always swears the Halloween. So like the last few years, I've hunted up there over like Halloween weekend, and I've seen.
Have you shot a bow buck up there?
I have not.
No.
But I mean,
Have you shot a deer with your bow?
I have not. No.
No. Okay.
So no, I only picked bow hunting up probably in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
It's something my dad always said, like, it's different than gun. Do
Yeah.
it. It's really cool, and he always talked about it, and me and my brothers never did.
Yeah.
And he switched. He ended up having to go to crossbow because of his eye issues. So he has like a dead spot in his right eye.
Oh.
So he can't see any of the dots in his sights.
Yeah.
So now you're wondering, like, well, how the hell does he shoot a gun or anything else? He trained himself to shoot lefty.
Really?
Yeah. So
Wow.
he's hunted lefty 6 years now.
And that, I mean, switching from right to left with a rifle is going to be easier than
For sure.
going right to left with a bow.
Well, because
Yeah.
you're
Vertical bow,
you're
yeah.
you're pulling.
Your strength and everything.
So he would come over every once in a while when I would be like practice shooting, and he loved it. Like he always, I mean, that was his thing. So he would always be like, "Oh, hey, look it, I can," and then he would like get his hopes up, and I would always feel bad because like, I can't see, like because that would be like the
Yeah.
spot, like right in the center of his vision for him.
Bow hunting, I mean, I'm going to get into it. I've decided this next year, like I'm going to get something in the spring and get ready to go for next season. But from what I know or hear and see, it's already fucking hard enough. So like to then try to figure out how to do that, or like be like, yeah, I can kind of see the the sights right now, and then get out in the woods and be like, fuck, like not worth it. So crossbow makes sense in that scenario for sure.
So I mean, if he could, he would still go bow.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, from like switching to it, 100% accurate of like how different it is. Like, when you're gun hunting, it's like, oh, maybe there's a chance that a buck's still tailing a doe, but it's not as common. But like the stuff, like just in the first few years of, the amount, I had like 4 small bucks chasing a doe, and it was like fucking herd just coming through the woods.
Yeah.
Like
see a
you
lot of
hear the
cool
grunting, you hear all that stuff, and it's up
Yeah.
close and personal. I mean, that's the cool stuff. I've had them within 10 yards of me, and like it's cool. Something I had never really experienced before for gun.
Yeah, definitely. Kyle, what is the rest? Excuse me. What is the rest of your, like, from now until opening day? Like, are you bow hunting a couple times? Are you kind of just putting it down? And
Nope. Yep. I put it down. Saturday was the last time I was out, and I just let the woods just kind of quiet down till gun season.
Yeah.
Get it back to him.
Yep.
Leave it be.
Yep. And then, I mean, maybe I'll pick the bow back up after. Typically, I don't after gun season go back out bow hunting, but
You
not
might.
to say I won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Depends how
it
the season
depend on
goes.
how gun goes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
if
does.
you still got the itch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just gun season. It just really shuts off after that. It seems like the deer movement for a while anyway. So
I think this happened in between last week's show and this week's. You think you have your buck on camera.
correct. 3:53 in the morning on the 9th.
Yeah.
It was. So that was not even a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
Yeah.
He's in the area.
Yep.
You've seen him
Some-
twice, or you've seen him
Seen
since.
him once since on the hoof, and then pretty sure that picture, yeah.
So, in theory, he's still your target buck for gun season.
Yeah, and that was the mental masturbation that I was doing
God, that
last
sounds
time.
hot.
The last time I was in the stand, it's like
But you do it in the stand?
Where else would you do it?
I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if a decent buck that's smaller comes by,
What do?
do I shoot him now and then hope to shoot that one during gun season, or do I just say fuck it and hold out?
Right.
And I mean, it never came to that. It was just small bucks that I saw.
Which you can run that through your head a million times, right? But until the
Exactly.
until the thing presents itself right in front.
Right. Yeah, the thing comes in and stops at the freaking water hole at 15 yards broadside. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to shoot it.
Now, do you view like a buck like that, that's not the target buck, as helpful for trying to get that target
Confidence
buck?
builder.
Well, confidence builder for you, but I'm saying like to your target buck to be like, fuck him, this is my territory, I want to stay here and get him, or like get him out of here. Or if you shoot him and remove him from the scenario, is your target buck now more comfortable? Like, yeah, this is my spot, there's nobody here trying to like challenge me for this or my doe. Like, is it kind of like I should shoot him so then the guy that's wounded is a little bit happier?
I guess I never really even thought of it that way. Yeah.
God, you're going like love triangle.
Well, hey, somebody said mental masturbation, so I'm
that
going
way-
all in.
I mean, I probably would take the tarsal gland, though, and rub it around
Yeah.
in there and just see if you can get them to,
Come around,
yeah.
Okay. For you, do you hunt different spot, bow versus gun?
I have a couple different stands, so I'll still hunt my bow stand that I have. I'll take out the saddle. I'll hang the saddle depending on shit I'm seeing. But then there's also, we built a shack, complete like kitty corner on the farm.
Furthest point away from
Yeah.
where you're at with your bow?
Yep. And like Peter, I mean, unless I'm shooting something in the cornfield, my furthest shot is going to be whatever, 80, maybe 100 yards probably.
Yep.
So, but also with the gun, I've noticed that I have a lot less discipline. Like if it's halfway decent, I'm probably going to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Whereas like with a bow, it's like, for whatever reason, I could be like, it's not big enough. But if I have a gun in my hand, I'm like,
Well, it's usually a more
burn the hand.
more certain thing with
Yeah.
a rifle.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peter.
Opinion.
Yes.
Do we bring back shotguns only
No.
for opening weekend?
For opening weekend?
So like when I don't know where
Depending
in
where you
Trempealeau, when
hunt.
I started, it was shotguns
Shotgun
only for opening weekend, and then it switched to rifle like Monday remainder of season.
I would almost say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would almost say flip it. Like let them start with rifle and then make them like go out shotgun at the end. I don't know.
See,
What's the thought process on the shotgun only anyway? I mean, it has to be a closer shot.
Closer.
right,
Yeah.
shorter effective range, but I mean, the longest shot I'm going to be taking if I'm sitting in one of my stands anyway.
You're still a shotgun.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Well
really-
within
really
shotgun range.
Yeah. I don't know. We always talk about it because it's like every year, and this maybe just goes to like hunter population being lower and lower.
Yeah.
But it's like, I remember like when we first started, opening morning was like nonstop. All you heard was like, gunfire.
Yeah.
Going off. Yeah.
I feel like the last couple of years,
It's
though,
gotten quieter
like,
and quieter.
the counts that I do, because I'll count like
Oh,
how
yeah.
many gunshots I hear till I get to whatever number I decide in my head.
69.
69.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
Thank you.
take one too.
Or
Thank you.
till I get in my head, or it's like whatever, it's been too long. I don't feel like counting anymore. And
Another
it's just
opinion question.
lower and lower. But
Bring back earn a buck for rifle. Because less doe are being shot
Right.
with the popularity
call.
of social media and like trophy hunting and like bigger bucks and everything. Less people harvest does.
the biggest deer I've ever seen on the hoof was one of the years of Ernebach, and it was
That's the downfall.
30 yards away, broadside, and just stood there, and none of us had had a doe down yet, so I couldn't shoot it. I had to just literally watch it stand there and then walk up the hill away from me. So I would say no. I'm not a huge fan of that idea. But I've also changed my mentality of I'll shoot does. Like, I don't care. Like, it used to be, oh, I'm not going to shoot a doe. Like, does keep bucks around. I'm not afraid to shoot does anymore.
But I almost feel like if you have too many does, like that's what I think we're starting to think about up there is that if you have too many does, bucks aren't
They don't have
chasing.
to move anywhere.
Yeah, they don't have
Yep.
to. There's no competition for it.
Yep, that's a lot of people. I've seen that recently talk about that.
And I've always been too of like, the mentality has been, oh, I'm not going to shoot a doe right away. Like, I'll wait till the last weekend and then I'll shoot a doe. And then
you never see it.
one. Nope. So it's just like,
It's gotta be.
I want to take Addison out because Addison does have some interest, but in the morning, I'm not going to get her out of bed. And then, like, take her to the shack that we just built.
Get
It's
'em
heated.
Yeah.
She can read in the stand. She can color. Deer aren't going to see it. And then, like, it'd be cool to even shoot a doe
Yeah.
in front of her.
Yeah.
So,
So speaking of like sitting in the stand, I mean, maybe most likely you could still do it, especially when it's warm. But like an all-day sit, how often do you do it? Do you do it every time? Are you bringing snacks, food, whatever else? So walk us through like your all-day sit when you do it. How does that go for you? How many times do you piss in a bottle or shit out the window?
I don't shit out the window. This is the first year in a while that for bow season I did 0 all-day sits. And I think it was just mentally like hitting that one, not killing it. I'm just like, I was kind of out of it until I saw him again. Then it's like, all right, I'm ready to go. So I just didn't do any all-day sits. Gun season, the only all-day sit I do is opening day if I don't shoot something in the morning.
Sure.
And yeah, I'll bring a lunch. Plenty of snacks, usually gummy bears, Black Forest gummy bears. If you eat Haribo or however you pronounce that, you are scum and you're wrong. Black Forest gummy bears. And then I'll take like my my camp stove out to make like coffee or whatever too.
When you're in
Just
the
be
shack.
comfortable. In the shack, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're fancy.
Yeah.
What's your
'Cause-
lunch usually that you bring while you're doing
Just like a like a sandwich, like salami and cheese sandwich or something, and usually I have plenty of sunflower seeds too, and whatever. Yeah.
Peter, how about you? All day sits, you doing them?
I do, but it's because I have like a limited time when
Yeah.
I go up there, right? So, I mean, if I could drive to my hunting spot and just do morning or evening hunts, I think that'd be easier. But when I'm up there, it's like usually I'll do like 1 4-day weekend for bow, and then I'm up there for like opening gun, and that's pretty much it. So like if I'm there, I want to make the most out of it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
poach if you have to.
Well, I mean, if it's on the way in,
If I hit it with my vehicle, where you were driving in a cornfield.
yeah. I could have got 2 doe on the bottom of Lindsay Hill.
Really?
Lindsay Road, yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Nice.
They were coming out of the marsh area.
Nice.
So,
So yeah, you're sitting as
I sit all
often
day.
as you can.
yeah.
When you, walkie-talkies between or texting, or what do you guys do to communicate?
So text, but we go back to like, do you remember when like walkie-talkies were a thing? Like the 2 mile, like
Two-way radios,
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. And you would always have the asshole that just hit that fucking page button and it'd
The
be like,
call button. It's so fucking stupid.
yeah. So, I mean, thank God those went away. And when those first came out, it was like, cool shit. We actually get to communicate and not like wave to be like, don't shoot me when I'm coming out of the woods. But yeah, I mean, we all just text now.
What's your
Yep.
go-to snack?
So
Get you through the day.
It's changed. Like, and I always laugh at this because like my brothers are still the same way. They're like, oh, hunting? Like they honestly spend like $50 on snacks. And I'm like, we're literally out there for like, 10 hours one day, maybe, 8 hours the next day. So, I mean, I honestly don't eat that much out there. And honestly, if I do like, I'll do Pop-Tart. I'll do like one, like a pack of Pop-Tarts. Otherwise, if I do like sausage or like if I do I'll do like a sausage sandwich or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too much. My big thing is like, I just need to have, instead of the coffee to have to make it, I'll throw like a Mountain Dew in my backpack just for the caffeine fix.
Smart.
And I guess when we were in the shack, there was times where I would heat stuff up on like the heater.
Yeah.
That was living back in the day when I would sit with my dad, and I would still used to do it too. I'd go down there for like hang out, especially if it's cold. Like last year, I froze my ass off and was like, all right, I made it to 10:45. I'm gonna come eat some lunch because I'm freezing. And
Yeah.
Do you have the alpaca socks yet, or are you still using cotton or wool or whatever, like normal boot socks?
normal boot socks.
Dude, you got to get the alpaca ones.
Yeah.
Way better.
Even merino wool is decent, but
That
I do
too.
have a pair of alpaca that are
Not much more.
fluffy and good.
It's the moisture part of it.
Okay, so
'Cause
that's
your
my
feet
thing.
sweat regardless of you feeling it or not.
My feet are freezing within like.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think they sweat on because I
Yep.
hike straight up a goddamn hill.
Or you
So
can
I
do
walk in
the
there.
sandwich
Arctic
bags.
Shield boot covers.
Oh yeah.
Have those. Fucking love them. You can throw hot hands or whatever in them.
You know.
As you're walking in, because it like whatever those things need the air, and then throw them on over your boots right away. It's awesome. I also cheated and bought battery powered insoles.
Holy shit, and they work good, huh?
I bought them at the end of last year, so I haven't actually used them yet.
Oh,
Hasn't been
okay.
cold enough. But
Well, you got to report back to it then.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you know for sure.
Awesome.
But what about you? Do you do all day sits?
I don't think I usually do. So my hunting situation has changed throughout the years. So it used to be on my parents' property. We didn't have a hunting I mean, we had like a tree stand, but it wasn't enclosed, insulated, heated, anything like that. Then it was a ladder stand there. And then when I switched, I went to a different piece of property for somebody I worked with. That was just a ladder stand. And I was only there for, I think, 2 years. Second year, shot this buck that's here. But that was just in the morning. Usually, if it's not an all-day sit, it's you get in, normal time before shooting hours. And I find myself, like, talking myself into, like, 11 to noon is kind of when it's like, all right, I'm going to get out of here. And then if I plan to come back or go back out that day, it might be a little bit earlier even and try to get back out there at like 1 and then go through the evening. But this year I really want to, because I think based on the trail camera stuff I've seen at the first place I'm going opening weekend, Beau, with his family, from what Mitchell and those guys have been talking about and the videos they've shared with me, I think it's going to be beneficial in the stand that we're in to be there.
Well, you're basically in a fucking apartment.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely cheating, but it's just like the mental side of it. Like, okay, I haven't seen anything in a while, and like just getting through it.
That's why I need to do snacks. Are you a snack guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Snacks, beverages, not
What's your
alcohol.
go-to?
Some sort of trail mix is usual, and then depending on where I'm at, like if I'm at Beau's, like if there's leftover stuff, like I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
It's just having something and trying not to go through it in the first like 30 to 60 minutes. No, it's like before 2 hours. It's like, wow, we haven't seen anything yet. I might as well open something else up right now. And if you're in the blind where sound really doesn't matter,
I've been
holy fuck.
contemplating Zinchinos to keep me
Yeah, why not?
keep me occupied if I'm not seeing shit. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to cut.
I sent you an alternative on Instagram. You should look at.
All right. I'll look.
This was like 3-4 years ago. So again, my brothers just pile like all the snacks.
Separate
right?
backpack of snacks.
Pretty much. Well, only like not smart. So he'd be like, oh, he throws it like a grocery bag.
Oh yeah, something.
I have
loud.
everything in one backpack and I'm good to go for like the day, right? Andrew, like he actually was hunting on a different property for a while. We actually were like kind of separated where he was hunting on like its own. Like,
He was
100
shunned.
acres.
He was on
shunned.
public land 2
We're
miles
like, dude, you
away.
suck at hunting. Get out of here. Like until you earn your keep, then you can come back.
I hope he listens to this.
I hope so. But I get a text. It's like, I don't know, like a little after 6. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he texting already? And he goes, because he had to take a 4-wheeler out there. He goes, the fucking bag tore open on the way out here. He never knew it. So by the time he got to his shack,
no.
all he had was just a fucking bag flapping in the wind.
That is
and I was like,
fucking incredible. Oh my
Don't
god,
use a grocery bag.
Right.
Plus, they're so damn loud.
right.
so loud.
Yeah.
You deserved it, Andrew.
Yeah.
The other thing about the boots, you've seen people talk about using bread bags, like a loaf of bread, over their feet when they walk
That'll
in.
make your feet sweat.
But then they take them off, so like the boot isn't sweaty. Like maybe they don't wear the socks on the way in. I don't know what it is. Have you seen this though?
No, it sounds like a terrible idea.
Some people
Just invest in a decent pair of socks, and you'll be way better off.
No. But if you wear a sandwich bag, no. But for staying out all day, the last 2 years, I have I got my buck last year at noon.
Yep.
And the year before, that's when I shot that one and it dropped, and that was around noon too.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't get to recover that one, but
middle of the fucking day is. It's like it doesn't seem like it's going to be.
But everybody
Never.
gets down for lunch.
Yeah.
That's
the
when
thing.
start moving things around.
Yep.
I will say, a lot of times if I get bored, because I'll start out in my stand in the woods, and I'll get bored and I'll get down. I'll text my dad, be like, "Hey, I'm getting down." I'll walk the hill around to him.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
maybe kick something to him on my way over to the shack.
Yep.
I mean, if it's gonna be pissing rain or cold as shit in the morning, I'll just go right to the shack.
for
But
sure.
I like to do that at the end of shooting hours, like the last 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If I haven't seen anything, haven't heard anything, it's like, all right, well, if I sit here and that continues and then it's just done and I walk out and I jump one that I can't shoot at because it's past hours.
Yep.
Or I get down right now and try to sneak down here and see if I hear anything, see anything, and can actually shoot. So I always talk myself into that. Like, okay, haven't seen anything. 20 minutes, let's go.
Yeah. Like if we do any kind of rotating stance or oh, hey, I'm gonna go, shack, I'm gonna warm up. You're methodical, right? It's like, oh, hey, if I walk this way, there's a chance I can push something up a draw towards, whoever
Yeah.
else is in the other stance. So
Fuck yeah. Really excited.
So
Every
am
time,
I am.
this time of year, every year is I just become obsessed with it,
Yeah.
especially with social media, following different accounts and stuff.
Hopes just get so high.
So
and
high.
right.
Looking at the weather, it's so disheartening.
Yeah.
It's you never know. It could
Right.
be. Could
But
be the year.
could be there.
those temps are middle of the day,
Yeah.
later in the day. So
Yeah.
you still have the
Still
cold
30s in the
overnight
morning.
and in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then if the wind's bad or the wind is crazy,
Yeah.
who knows?
Coyotes. If you see coyotes, are you guys willing to
I shot one
ruin
last
your
year.
deer hunt? To
Yeah.
It was the last weekend, but it wasn't a good shot. It was through a lot of brush and stuff. I went and looked, plenty of blood and bone, whatever else. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it dies wherever it dies. But yeah, I shot it. You shot one last year too.
was it last year? I mean,
Yeah.
I've shot a few of them the last few years, but there was 1 year, maybe it was last year's or the year before that. Coyote came in and just sat, and so perfect headshot. He came to my left. I look over to my right. There's fucking deer that were coming right toward me. Couldn't tell what they were. They obviously turned around and walked back. I watched them walk the other way. Like, son of a bitch.
Oh fuck!
So we have minimal, right? But it's more for bragging rights. So we throw $1. I think what is it, $2 in the pot for biggest buck opening weekend, and then we throw $1 in the pot for a coyote. But it's nobody's, and it's only for opening weekend because there's different people that kind of hunt different areas. But sirens. If you get a coyote opening weekend, you're walking with I think we're up to $115 right now.
Oh, so it
Really?
carries
Oh,
over.
it carries over to the
Because it
next
carries
year.
over to the next year.
So it's almost enticing for somebody
Oh,
to be
for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's just so you have that like tradition or thing that you do
Yeah.
where you go to a deer camp because you travel to it, you're with
Yeah.
a bunch of other people. Kyle, you don't necessarily do because you're local-ish.
It takes me 10, 15 minutes to get to where I
Yeah,
hunt.
and that was the same way when I hunted on my parents' property. We literally walked out the back fucking door, which was very convenient.
Yep.
But now with Beau, the last this will be the 4th year, the getting together with people, the bullshitting after the first day or the day before, the strategy and all that stuff. It's you can't beat it. It's
Yeah.
so fun. Do you have any traditions or games or things that you do or that's gonna happen when you get up there Friday night or that you're gonna do go someplace to eat Saturday or a certain
Yeah.
meal they prepare or anything?
So we used to have a local bar, and it's kind of it changed hands quite a few years ago, and it kind of actually I think it also had a fire in it. So it's completely changed all appearance, so we don't
Was
go
it
to
Fat
it.
Boys Pizza or what was that?
Yeah, just sprinkles. No, so it used to be that was our every Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was they did a huge it was big buck, but it was always by weight.
Oh,
And so
Nice.
some of the biggest bucks I've ever seen at
you had to bring it there to weigh it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that was part
Did
of
it
it.
have
right?
to be field dressed or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And so that was always like, we used to always go because that's where you could see like, yes, the group that you're with, what else what you guys got, but you want to see what else, was around. And there would be guys that would travel. I mean, it was a really well-known, like, and again, we're talking small town bar out in the middle of Foxville. And it was like, yeah, people would bring in just giant bucks. Like I saw like 2x4 everything else. Somebody broke the scale one year.
Oh, cool.
And like that was like
Fucking
something else that I
donkey.
was like, holy shit. Like, what I mean? That's like when we were little, like that's
Yeah.
the stuff that you remember now.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
and that kind of went away, I don't know, a handful of years, but I would say that was always, we would go there Friday night, you'd have to buy into whatever the pot was. And then,
Get your fish dinner and
and then Saturday you would go there to basically be like, all right, who got what?
Yep. Yeah, the driving around, that's what we always did, back in the day.
Yep.
Just drive by different farms where you see their game pole or
Yep.
whatever and see
Yep.
what's
Yeah.
hanging up. Just so cool.
Yeah.
Like you're driving like 20 miles an hour in a 55 just to like peek and be like, holy shit, they got a couple. There's always
Yeah.
some good ones out there.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they used to pull like, I think, I don't remember how much of a buy-in it was, but like, I mean, people took home like $600-700
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah, it was Monopoly money.
Yeah.
Kyle, anything that comes to mind for you for that like topic?
Saturday night, the brother-in-law usually has a bunch of guys out
Yep.
to his shed. Just shoot the shit because all of us just hunt in the area. So again, we don't have like a deer camp
Yep.
type of thing. So that's our deer camp. Some years I make it, some years I don't. Just depends how tired I am, and
If you're going to get up
I'm
Sunday.
gonna get up in the morning because
Right.
sometimes it can turn into a real late night.
Yeah, I can see that.
How about you?
Well, with Beau's boys and like his dad and some other people, like we get to the farm Friday and do some, get your shit unpacked, do some like just hanging out a little bit, and then it kind of changes, but have a dinner somewhere, either a local bar in town, and then go over to a neighbor that's 15 minutes away, or somebody that they know that's got a really cool place, like a shed house type deal.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of people coming from around the area that he knows, and do some bullshitting, make our way back, and then strategize a little bit before bed, get up, do the stuff, hunt, and then Saturday night, it's usually that same guy will have like a prime rib dinner, like where he
Nice.
brings in like really, really fucking good prime rib. $20 a guy. You go there, there's all sorts of sides and different stuff, and he'll feed, I don't know, 40 people probably. Like he's got like
That's big.
3 or 4 prime rib that he'll do. So that's really cool. But otherwise, just the, sitting around, coming in during lunchtime, having lunch quick and talking about stuff like, all right, which stand are we going to on the way back out? And then after the opening weekend, like hunting Barry's place with him, just like, all right, me and he'll take the boys out, and my dad will usually come with at that point. So we don't have like a deer camp there, but it's still kind of a cool setting. So you have me and my dad going, but then like him and his boys. So like the up and coming, like
For sure.
future of it is really cool to see because they're interested in it. So
Does your dad go out to his place then for opening weekend, or you just
He
wait
might-
till you're done?
he might. I think the last year or two, Brad was either going to go or did go. Let's see, Barry's only been in that place a year, I think. Otherwise,
so.
it was the property he had elsewhere.
Yeah, I think it was his first year.
So yeah, I think last year he didn't. This year he said he might, so he might go by himself. Yeah, so very fortunate. 2 different people that have property allow me to join them. I have not pulled the trigger on Beau's property. Hopefully this year I get to do that.
Yeah.
depending on
Haven't
what
pulled
we
the
see.
trigger on berries either, right? Other than the coyote.
The coyote, yeah, that was it. But on his property before the house, I did shoot the last weekend. I think it was Sunday because I was watching football. If you remember, I sent a Snapchat. I was watching the Packers on my iPad and then shot a deer 50 yards away in this tall grass. It was tiny little, and it was actually a buck. It was like a nubbin, like 1 inch. Learned a lesson there with like the grass and stuff. Never hunting that property and seeing a deer there. And he was there for 2 hours, like walking around, bedding, and like toward the end of it, I was just like, it looked like, I was like, oh, it's an adult doe.
Yeah.
Get up to it, I'm like, oh my god, this is a dog. Like it
Some
was
of these golden retrievers bigger than
it
that.
was so deceiving because it was by itself. in tall, like weird looking grass and just wasn't familiar with it.
Yeah.
And then it was an easy shot, like plus it was tiny. Just dropped right there in his tracks. And I get up to him like, fucking A. And then Barry sold that property. And
Then you just threw it over your shoulders and walk out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just picked it up.
Just get absolutely roasted by Barry's kids while I'm cleaning it, like gutting it. One of the kids is like kicking it in the head. I'm like, hold on now. Oh, fuck. So yeah, hopefully this year at either property, pull the trigger on something. Calls or, decoys, any, like, do you guys do anything
not
out?
during gun season.
No,
Nope.
during-
None of that. Yep. Bow season though, are you throwing some grunts out there? Are you rattling bucks in?
If I see something, and I know it's not coming my way, I'll throw a grunt out there. Or there was actually one time it was really cool. It was a good fucking buck back in the neighbors, you could see him in the brush, and I knew he had a doe because there was little bucks just in and out, and you could hear him snort wheeze. So I would snort wheeze back at him, and he'd respond. But he obviously wouldn't come close because his doe is right there.
Yeah.
But that was probably the coolest like rut experience I've ever seen without getting a shot.
Oh, that is cool. All right. I don't know. I think that kind of wraps it up. I mean, a lot of, like you said earlier, hopes going into the weekend.
Yep.
Well-
Hopes are always high.
Who was it? Somebody sent the elk around
Oh,
Rio.
and Rio, yes. We're
Yeah.
talking about that.
Rio, I think you sent.
Yeah, it's in Rio de Janeiro.
Brazil.
Very close by. So, yeah, Wisconsin has an elk herd that I don't know the number on it, how many there are.
There's
but
two different herds.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the northern herd, and then there's the Black River Falls herd.
Okay, there
The
you go.
northern one is the one that
You
they
can hunt.
They give
10
out 10
tags?
tags, but really it's 5 because
Natives.
the natives don't use their 5.
Yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, Rio, that was pretty cool to see from where we sit right now. It's roughly 35, 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And there was a few of them. I didn't click on the pictures. I just took a screenshot quick and sent it to you guys, but there's a few.
The one looked like a decent bull.
Yeah.
But we say every year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Every year there's some
Every year
dumbass.
some dumbass is going to shoot it. And you're like, no way, because it's elk. Elk are big.
Yeah.
And it happens every year.
Drastically different looking.
Yes, that it's this far south happens every year.
What is the punishment? I mean, it's a fine of some sort.
Yeah, but they don't lose their hunting.
Okay.
It's like a
license at
slap.
all, which
It's
is
like a slap on the
absolutely
wrist right now.
Paul brothered.
So
It depends on the situation. Because honestly, I think they investigate. They look into it and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know." Okay, then you can't keep it.
yeah. For the sake of publicity, though, Kyle, I mean, if you could tip one over and we go viral for it, are you?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Absolutely not.
I do feel like if you're
I want
shooting
to
an-
legitimately shoot an elk
Yeah.
in the state of Wisconsin. I apply every year for one of the tags.
Yep.
Probably never going to draw it. My kids will probably never draw it. But
Is
yeah,
it-
I'm not going to take one out and lessen the chance of,
Yeah.
of another tag hitting the market.
Is it a lottery or do you have to earn points?
It's a
towards it?
lottery.
Lottery.
There's
so
no points.
It's luck of the draw every year.
Yep. It's
Okay.
like $10 every year.
I never looked into it.
$10 every year, and if you start next year, your odds are just as good as mine. And I've been applying ever since the season opened.
Yeah.
So
Would you rather have the elk tag or win the Badger 5 here in Wisconsin?
elk tag.
Really? Wow. Nice. Badger 5, I think, is minimum usually like 20 some grand
Elk
or
tag.
10 something. Yeah.
Elk tag.
Good for you.
Shoot one in my home state. That'd be a freaking dream.
That is pretty sweet.
Legally shoot one in my
Yeah.
home state.
Oh, fuck. Oh, do you want to try to call Weber back? I do want an update on what he's doing hunting-wise. Just because I feel like he'd have a funny story at least. Just because he sent a snap out, like that he was bow hunting.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
It was. And then
Like 2 weeks ago.
it's been silent.
He hasn't been in any concerts lately.
We would know.
We would.
He's got to have the fucking cows figured out by now.
Yeah. He's not going to answer now. He's probably embarrassed.
He's probably in bed already.
He sleeps till like 10 o'clock. He's a part-time farmer.
No, he's dodging you now.
While
He
he's
knows what's
calling.
coming.
Yep. He's out shining.
Hi, this is Cody.
Fuck you, Cody. Yeah, I think, was there anything else that we were going to mention? I'm trying to remember. Those two things are the only thing, elk and Cody.
Yeah. Otherwise, good luck.
Good luck to
Yes.
everyone that
On
hunts,
Saturday,
that's
yeah.
listening. Our Instagram, I'll try to post anything and everything that comes through from our group.
Yep. The bow side of the big buck contest will obviously be open through season, so
Yep.
that'll be a while. But
Yep.
I was gonna say.
you got 9 days. Right, we're not going to include muzzleloader.
Nope.
In the gun side of things.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
make sure you get those submissions in.
I got to put something up for that to like remind people because the bow season one, like you said, is so long, so there's plenty of time for it. But yeah, the 9-day rifle season have to do something for. So yeah, submit that shit. We have, I don't know, 4 or 5 already for the bow season.
Yep.
We might need to break out a youth hunt because there's one guy and one kid that sent one in that is everybody pretty much beat right now in terms of a big buck. And I think that was during the youth hunt.
So we can't give him beer. So if it was during the youth hunt, he could use a gun. So
Yeah, that's
I guess
what I mean.
I guess the youth hunt, we could probably include that in the
Just gun
gun
season.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then he's got a good start on people so far. So,
Good for him.
other than that, yeah, you're listening Wednesday. Deer season, gun season opens Saturday. Stay tuned for that shit.
Shoot straight, be safe, wear your harness. Don't shoot any fucking elk.
Don't shoot any elk.
Don't do it.
Bring toilet paper with you.
Bring a roll of teepee.
Yeah.
Life hack. Just
Word.
always have toilet paper with you.
Words to live by. Pretty good, Neil.
Good, Neil.
Good on you.